So I will call the July meeting of the Barnstable Municipal Water Supply Board to order. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast on the Town of Barnstable's Government Access Channel in accordance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapters 30A, Section 20. The chair must inquire whether anyone else is recording this meeting, and if so, to please make their presence known. All right.
Hi, I'm Tribeca Jordan from WCAI, and I am recording.
Okay. Um, this meeting will be replayed via the Xfinity Channel 8 or High Definition Channel 1072. It may also be accessed via the Government Access Channel live video on demand archives on the Town of Barnstable's website. And there's a hyperlink there. And it's also, if you go to the town's website, you'll find it. So moving on, first up is approval of the agenda. Does anyone have any edits or changes to the agenda? Hans?
Yes, I do. I actually missed an important part on the bullet towards the end where it says Hyannisport Community Water Supply Information Session. I forgot to put the the day and the date, which is Tuesday, August 5th.
Yep. Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. So does anyone else have anything they wish to amend uh to this? All right. Is there a motion to approve the amended agenda?
I move to approve the amended agenda.
Thank you, Louise. I will second that. As I said, we have to do roll call vote now. So Louise,
Yes.
Carlos.
I was there, but I read the minutes, so yes for me.
All right. Patrick
Yes.
and Stump.
Yes.
And then I will vote yes as well. Okay. Next up, approval of the minutes for the previous meeting.
I did find one edit that will need to be made. In every roll call vote, my last name is Trump and not Stump. Not that that makes a huge difference, but
Yes, we definitely want to make sure that.
Unfortunately, my bank account doesn't reflect Trump, but
all right. Thank you for catching that, Stump.
Yep, no problem.
All right. Is there a motion to approve the amended minutes from the June meeting?
I move to accept the amended minutes from the June meeting.
Okay, I will second that again. All right, Patrick,
Yes.
Louise,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Carlos.
Yes.
All right, and I vote yes as well. All right, thank you guys very much. Next up, operations support. Kevin.
All righty. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to jump right into it. On Monday, June 2nd, Veolia staff were called out to the Mary Don bike path job to fill the new section of the water main that was installed by Lawrence Lynch. The process took some time, but the new section of main is now full and functional. The 3rd of June, Tuesday, Veolia staff alongside EDR were investigating some telemetry issues we were experiencing at the Straightway treatment plant. Losing communication between the plant and the main office is really a much bigger deal than you'd think. In short, we would be operating blindly if the communication is disrupted to any of our facilities for that matter. We determined that the wind from the day before had spun the antenna out of alignment, and that needed to be addressed as soon as possible. We called in a contractor to access the antenna currently sitting on the roof of the treatment plant. It was checked and for any other issues and correctly realigned to achieve the best possible signal between the plant and the main office. June 5th, we had our staff and the new SCADA contractor, which is EDR, in to do some training on some new features that have been installed on the Hyannis Water System SCADA computer. A lot of these upgrades are long overdue and will help keep the system safer and prevent unauthorized entry. One thing we installed was custom sign-in options unique to each employee. This gives management a better understanding of who and when and what staff are making changes within the SCADA system. Before it was kind of just whoever logged in, they could make changes, and other than writing it down in a logbook that we do keep next to the SCADA computer. It's pretty much the only recourse we had. So
Kevin, quick,
Yeah.
are you able to give people different levels of like ability to do different things?
yes,
Okay, great.
yep. So
Awesome.
basic staff, can only go in and change. Like they can't get into the set points and chemical ratios and like that type of stuff. So and so that'll set us up for definitely good things in the future.
That's awesome.
Let's see. So Tuesday the 10th, we had Bortolotti was on site at 19 Holiday Lane to replace a 1-inch service at the residence. Service was replaced from the curb stop to the house. It was inspected by the Veolia staff, and the homeowner was back up and running. The 16th of June, Veolia staff called out to 76 Pine Avenue for a report of no water. After a quick investigation, it was discovered that the service and the meter were clogged with sediment. The meter was pulled and the service was flushed, and the meter was reinstalled with no issues. The 17th, Tuesday, our staff had an extremely busy day to say the least. Staff started out with a routine service inspection at 281 Ocean Street. Joyce Landscaping was the installing contractor. The service was approved to backfill. The very next call was out to 120 Harbor Bluff Drive for yet another inspection of a 1-inch service. Installing contractor on this job was Roderick Construction. The service was approved to be backfilled. To top the day off, we responded to a report of a water break located at 333 Iana Road, also known as Cappy's Liquors. The water break was isolated, and our contractor, Bortolotti, was called in to make the repairs. After the initial investigation of the break, it was discovered that an 8-inch AC water main had completely blown out. Approximately 10 feet were removed and replaced with new 8-inch water main and 2 Hymax couplings. The water main was flushed and returned to service shortly thereafter. Friday, June 19th, another water break was called into the office, this time right out the intersection of Yarmouth Road and Route 28. Northern Construction had hit the water main during the excavation, causing a shutdown that affected our office building and a few others on Old Yarmouth Road. Northern made the repairs to the water main, and we got the water main back up and running as shortly as we could. And June 24th, as luck would have it, we were at 42 Pitchers Way for a service call and realized the curb stop was broken. So we called Bortolotti in to repair that curb stop so we could complete our meter change. That's pretty much it for the executive summary. Some pictures on the next page. You can see that huge blowout in the pipe there in front of Cappy's. And typically, with AC, sometimes they have hairline fractures and then they just let go. That's,
What does AC stand for again?
it's just concrete.
Okay. Thank
The
you.
ones we're working to replace.
Right,
Yep.
but for some reason, the AC was like, I didn't know what that was. Thank you.
You got it.
Kevin
then
and Hans, I would like to just commend you guys on how quick you got that main fixed. Because I was following the emails from Hans and it was quick.
Yeah.
They do a good job.
And
and then a couple more pictures down below Yarmouth Road. That was the water main break that was caused with Northern's excavation. So got those wrapped up with a bunch of other service leaks and everything else. That state job is going to be probably the death of a few of us out at that intersection. Happy to report that the deliverables, we crushed those last month. We are actually a little bit over 100%, and we'll take that 1% and laugh. So we were pretty excited to get those taken care of. Anybody have any questions for me?
First off, I'm really happy to see 100% and over 100% on all the deliverables to, close out the contract year. You guys are doing a great job. I also want to add, I know this will officially be covered in our next meeting, but your response, the Veolia team's response and DPW's response during the water main break at the beginning of July needs to even get commended now, and I know we'll cover it again next month, but
Thank you.
You guys
Absolutely
kept us alive when we had the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And otherwise, it looks like we're getting close back to normal on build revenue and received revenue. It looks like the numbers are doing well. So I'm glad to see that.
Mhm.
Slowly but surely, we'll get it all back.
Yeah. So I've got nothing else. Does anyone else on the board have anything?
No, I don't. Just looks good. The numbers.
All right. Well, not hearing ourselves. Kevin, thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you all, and have a good rest of your night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Tyler, I hear you are standing in
Yes.
for Matt, as Matt is an important family event today. So
Right. Yeah. So I'll fill in for capital improvements, and we'll start with new well exploration program, phase 4. This is on hold for now. There's been no change. Additional investigations are needed.
yeah.
It's phase 3 at sites C and B. So there's been no changes on this.
Okay.
Pilot testing project, Mary Dunn and Airport Wells. DPW and Hyannis Water System of reviewing the revised pilot study report and have asked Kleinfelder to prepare a project proposal to extend the completion date of the project. This will allow Kleinfelder to incorporate their lessons learned from the Straightway project, the Straightway Water Treatment Facility pilot study report and design process in the final report deliverable for the Mary Dunn and Airport facilities. There's a contract has been figured out. Kleinfelder, the town needs to now review and provide comment to Kleinfelder so that they can then finalize their report. The new Straightway water treatment facility and replacement of the Hyannis Port and Simmon Ponds wells. The DPW has sent the conservation restriction request letter via certified mail to all the property owners within the Zone 1, the 400-foot buffer to the wells as required by DEP. None of the property owners that received a letter have yet contacted the DPW or Hyannis Water System. The supplemental construction appropriation, the $11.5 million that was requested has had its second reading at Town Council. The appropriation has since been approved, and the town is working with Kleinfelder to award the construction contract for this project.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Do we have a breaking ground date yet for that?
Not that I know of. Hans, do you know better? But Matt did not say that we did. We still need to do all the paperwork with Kleinfelder to award the contract.
Yeah, most likely sometime in September, October. There's a lot of prep work ahead of that.
Typically, once like a notice to proceed is issued, you then enter your submittal phase, and that can take anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 months, depending on the size of the project, just to get all the initial submittals in, to then get permits in place, get all that stuff lined up, to then start actually breaking ground. So even though like when contracts are awarded, there is a slight delay before you start seeing dirt move around.
Sounds good.
Any other questions on that one? No, perfect. Lead service line replacement program. Kleinfelder will be submitting a DW SRF PEF application to DEP's SRF office on behalf of the town. This will be for the funding to complete the lead service line replacement program or inventory, and the replacement of galvanized pipe replacement water services that are required for replacement, I should say, that were identified during phases 1 and 2. Kleinfelder has then since submitted a revised phase 2 report to the DPW and Hyannis Water System for final review and comment. The findings detailed in the report will be presented in the August meeting for the water board. And that's when the presentation will happen. Kleinfelder and the town's GIS department are working on a rollout for an interactive map,
Great.
so that customers can learn a little more about their services material.
Great. I love that you guys are going to do an interactive tool for the public to be better educated.
Right, and just have that kind of wealth of information for everyone. See here, Route 28, Yarmouth, the Yarmouth Road intersection project. The water work associated with that has been complete. The as-built tie cards has been initiated. The delivery of those as-built is tied to the completion of the Mass DOT work. So again, this is no change on this one. It might be a while before we see the as-builts.
You're basically just waiting on DOT now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the contractor's probably not going to do their as-builts, until they compile everything.
Yeah.
That's been my experience on other projects.
Understandable.
Let's see here. Route 28 East. This one, the work is complete. The as-builts have been completed. This one, again, is no change. This project has reached its substantial completion. We are doing some closeouts on the DPW end to just finalize these contracts, the sewer portion of these contracts. But for all intents and purposes, this project has been wrapped up.
If you guys feel it's complete, feel free to take it off the.
I think you won't see it by next meeting.
Yeah.
Ocean Street Water Main project. An on-site meeting was held last week, the 16th, between DPW, Hyannis Water, Veolia, and Dirtworks to review the installation of this kind of foot wash, the splash pad at the Calamus Beach parking lot. DPW staff on the project will be revising the project plans and specifications in adherence with the Hyannis water system requirements, based on the comments from that meeting, and then they'll go ahead and install that once those have been approved. The DPW will be installing the splash pad. All right, moving on to Mary Dunn 4 well building. We have reviewed and paid pay rec number 10. There is power now to the building, and a driveway has been paved. The at least binder has been installed. The amendment to the construction administration contract will start its rounds in the next few days for approvals at the DPW and Hyannis Water, and for the change order for the RTU cabinet as well. So the anticipated completion is now fall 2025. We hit that other delay, but with the once the change order is approved and the funding's lined up, we'll be able to the contractor will be able to purchase and have the RTU cabinet constructed, and then it'll take about 6 to 8 weeks for that process, and then it will be installed. Next week, the well head, the pump should actually be installed. So there is, some work is progressing, but in terms of communications equipment, that RTU cabinet is what's holding up that aspect.
So you think 6 to 8 weeks, you're talking 2 months.
Yep.
You think within the next month you'll have everything ordered at least?
Yeah, right. Well, so yeah, I've just finished the change order paperwork today.
Okay.
It'll start making its rounds tomorrow before I go on paternity leave.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. Tomorrow's my last day in the office. And I haven't a team set up in the office to take over the project in my absence.
Awesome.
And so yeah, just call it 3 weeks to get the change order approved. Another 6 to 8. We're looking at it like, September, late September, just to receive and then installation. So we'll be extending the contract towards the end of the calendar year so that we're not writing more extensions, and just to give ourselves that window to wrap this up.
Great.
Any other questions on Mary Dunn from the group? 16-inch transmission main. A pre-bid meeting for the project was held on the 11th of this month in the Hyannis Water System Conference Room, and one bidder attended and elected to visit the project site at the end of the meeting. We'll be looking to award a construction contract this fall.
Okay.
Mary Dunn Tank Number 1 rehabilitation. Dynamic Sandblasting and Painting LLC has signed their acceptance of the bid form. DPW and Hyannis Water System are working with the procurement office to have the contract formally signed and for execution. DPW, Hyannis Water System, and Apex companies are in the contract amendment process to retain Apex for construction administration and full-time representation on the project.
So you'll probably kick off that this fall, winter. You'll start blasting.
Yeah.
Great.
Crocker Street water main replacement. DPW has issued a IFB for the project through the bonfire portal and issue for bid. A pre-bid meeting for the project was held on the 11th of this month at the Hyannis Water System Conference Room. One contractor attended and elected to visit the project at the end. This is a new project for everyone. It's kind of like a water main replacement and looping project around the Camp and Yarmouth Road area. To upsize a dead-ended 2-inch pipe.
This is the project that All Cape Housing, Jake Dewey got all the funding for. Is that correct?
It is. It's funded through a grant, right?
Yeah, it's basically a free water main for us.
Yeah. So awesome. I know that was designed in-house, and is being managed in-house.
Great.
Any questions about projects from the board? All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Tyler, before you go, I just want to say,
yes.
Congratulations on the upcoming baby, and enjoy your paternity leave. And we look forward to seeing when you're back and seriously sleep deprived.
Yes, you'll see a very much tired version of me. So I'll be out of the August and back for September. We'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, hope everything goes well, and we'll be thinking of you and the family.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye, Tyler. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, up next, additional capital funding request for the new straightway treatment plant. Hans, do you want to do this or want me to do it?
Why don't you do it?
Okay. Yep. So last Thursday, Louise and I and Hans hung out at a very long town council meeting. And the additional funding request, and what this was is we initially requested funding as part of our FY26 funding, no, 25 funding request for this project. After we went through the 60% design plans, we realized it was going to be significantly more expensive. So we went through the process of having our contractors really finalize the funding, and then we went to bid and ended up needing an extra $11.5 million for funding for this project. We had a heads up on this, and so we were able to incorporate it into our forward-looking budgetary plans. So additional debt service on this. And so that we had to go back to town council a couple weeks ago to make the initial request again. We will be taking some funds, about $750,000 from the first payment from the 3M PFAS settlement. So we'll be using some of that capital to pay for a PFAS related project. And fortunately, town council approved on their second read on Thursday the additional borrowing and funding. So we have the money in place. In short, we have the money in place to move forward and start the project, as Tyler mentioned a minute ago. Is that good, Hans?
That's perfect.
Congratulations, you guys. Congratulations.
Good summary.
It's better than I could have said it, Sam.
Yep. So yeah, we're happy to be doing that, and we're happy to be moving forward. And it's a big, expensive project, but it's needed, and we'll have more cleaner water for the system at the end.
So, Sam, question regarding the PFAS. Is that something that is going to help clean up the water about PFAS? Or?
So we already have the tanks in place that clean the PFAS, the activated carbon. So it's a great question. What this building does is we add some more things to it. Activated carbon is fantastic at cleaning up water. It doesn't just tackle PFAS, but it can tackle other potential emerging contaminants, and it's great at pulling iron and manganese out. But there's cheaper ways to pull iron and manganese out, primarily green sand filtration. So right now with those tanks, we are basically burning activated carbon, pulling iron and manganese out, which is expensive. So this project will have an activated, I'm sorry, a green sand filtration tank to take care of iron and manganese. Then it will move just like the one over at our existing plant at Maher. Then it will have the green sand filtration for iron and manganese, and I'll have the UV filtration. We give the water a tan to tackle 1,4-dioxin, and then it will go to the activated carbon tanks, which will also all now be indoors. So we can run all those wells year round instead of having to shut a good portion of it down for seasonality because the tanks will freeze outside in the winter. And then it will go through its chemical balancings and get pushed in the system after going through a mixing tank.
Is that a projection of the percentage of the clean up the water of PFAS, like a 90%, 80%, 70%?
It goes to a non-detect level.
Okay.
So, I mean, this stuff is pretty amazing. Not cheap.
The reason I ask is because I'm part of the study and I have PFAS in my blood now. So,
yeah, I mean, I do too. And we can touch on this. I'll touch on it. Have the water quality report.
yeah.
You know, we test for PFAS in that. And, you know, we had I think a no detector 1.59 parts per trillion. The new EPA regs that are going to cause a lot of people problem, I believe, are 5 or 6, Hans. Is that right?
4.
4. So
Okay.
even at our highest detection, we are below the new EPA regs. And for the most part, we're at a non-detect level. So we already are doing this. We're just now going to be able with this plant to do it more efficiently and better and year round.
Suggestion, if we can do a PR on that for the community, you know what I mean? It's going to be great for to let the community know what we're doing. So,
yep, we'll definitely be doing some more PR on that. I think it's a really good idea. So we can work with Hans and we can work with DPW Communications. I'll touch on actually one thing we're going to do for PR towards the end of the meeting, already planned. That's kind of a first step.
I don't know how much space Hans has on a bill, but you know something like that would be great to see on a bill.
Yeah. To
send to a customer. So, some message about that.
Either that or maybe even like, can we do like an insert, you know, a third of a page insert on it?
Great. Good idea.
It's definitely something to talk through and figure out what is the best way to reach our customers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. I can definitely we can definitely do that. So it's a great idea, Carlos. So yeah, we got the money. We're going to go forward, which is awesome. Anyone else have questions on this? Louise, if you are, you're on mute.
No, I'm all set.
All right. Okay. We will move on from that to reorganization. So this time every year, because it's July, it's the time we have to reelect our positions, which is our president and our chair and our vice chair. So for the past year, I have been chair. For the past year, Louise has been vice chair. I will say that I would be very happy to continue on as chair, but if there's someone else who wants to do it, I am also happy to have that conversation. I hope, Louise, you would want to stay on as vice chair if I'm chair. You've been doing an amazing job. So I will open this up to discussion. I don't want to feel like I'm dominating this discussion. So does anyone from the board have questions, concerns, things they want to bring up?
I vote for both of you. That's for sure.
Thank you, Carlos.
Likewise, I vote for both of you.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I would say the same.
All right.
Okay.
Hans, am I missing any? I know we need to do a formal vote, but am I missing anything else before that?
You basically now need to, one of the members need to basically come forward with a proposal. Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to put forward a motion to propose Sam Wilson as chair and Luis, I don't have your last name in front of me, as
O'Neill.
vice chair, O'Neill as vice chair.
Okay.
Awesome.
Don't move.
Thank you. Thank you, Carlos. Is there a
Okay,
second?
thank you.
Do we need a second?
A second.
Thank you, Tim. All right. I will go around. Carlos,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Louise,
Yes.
and I vote yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you guys for supporting both of us and our continued leadership. All right. Next up, operating budget fiscal year 26, follow-up to the town council meeting on June 26th. Hans, do you want to touch on this one?
Sure. Went to town council meeting and after quite some time, eventually it was approved. So we are all set for the new fiscal year. You have the line item, a copy of the line item budget in your package. Yeah, that's it. So you can look at all the details where we traditionally spend money on. And I don't know what else we need to talk about, but if you have any questions about the details, you
Yeah.
can. The interesting part is it takes close to a year to this whole budget process. So while we are now enjoying spending the fiscal year 26 budget, I'm already working on the fiscal year 27 budget. So we're always ahead a year. And then at the same time, Marcia and I are also working on closing out and wrapping up the old budget.
Yeah.
So the interesting part for on a municipal operations is you're basically constantly working on three different budgets, looking back, current, and forward. And parallel to that, all your construction projects have their own budgets.
Yes.
And that is what definitely keeps Marcia very busy. And it keeps me out of trouble.
I have a question.
Sure.
I don't want to be negative, but if some major event occurred and we have additional funds for the town council, and we don't have money yet in the account, is it something we have a rainy day fund or something like that for emergency or
Yes, we do.
disaster?
Yeah, yes, we do. There's actually a couple of different levels of emergencies. We have, Carlos, if you have that spreadsheet in front of you that
Mhm.
shows the line items, way at the bottom, like the last page,
Okay.
you can kind of see it says operating capital.
Okay.
Okay. That is for immediate emergencies within reason, like a water main break that is $15,000-$20,000. Okay, so we have police details there, and we have just close to 160. I think it's
150.
$150,000.
150.
Okay.
So that will deal with the immediate water main breaks. And actually good that you bring that up, because what's happening now is water main breaks 10 20 years ago used to be about $5,000 till $7,000 to fix. Now it's definitely double of that. So what's happening is, and you will see this fall when we talk about our next year's budget, that are going to come forward with a request to increase the 150,000 to 200,000 at least. I gotta look at and talk to Marcia and analyze the data.
Mhm.
But everything has gone up a ridiculous amount. Due to COVID and inflation and whatever the reason. The bottom line is it's getting tight on a year-to-year basis. And I hate to wait till it's an emergency to ask, so I rather ask while we're still okay. So that's common. So that's the day-to-day emergencies. The other thing, like when we, for instance, had to deal with the PFAS emergency since 2015. For a larger amount of monies, 300,000, 500,000, 1.5 million, that type of expenses. Town council has been very supportive, and we only need 2 reads for town council to request that type of money. And most of that is or a municipal bond or it's an SRF loan. So we just have to absorb, first of all, get all the approvals, get all the permits, get the engineering done, blah, blah, blah. But then the principal and interest payments of those loans to deal with those large emergencies will still need to come out of our budgets and out of the ratepayers' pockets, basically. So that's kind of like the big picture. And the fact that our enterprise reserve, which is basically just the fund we have, has a large amount of money in that. And that is when we discuss that in the fall, when we do the rate study, there is a minimum of 4 months of operating expenses. That's what we try to have as a buffer, as a minimum level of funding. So that will help us also buffer some major emergencies.
And I'd like to add, when we go through, you'll see this when we do the rate modeling again, that, we'll build up above that, knowing that we're going to spend some of it down on some of our projects down, like the debt service. And if you don't mind me jumping in, Hans, if you look at our budget, we're about $9.7 million budget, and we're close to $4 million of that's debt service. You look, I think the bottom line for debt is almost 3.9 million.
Right.
So we have to come in, you'll see this every year. We have to go in and play with the levers to make sure we can pay all the bills, and while not trying to kill our consumers with rate increases, because we don't want to do that.
So regard to the FEMA, is any way to attach ourselves to FEMA in a big event or something like that? Probably not, right?
Actually, yes, but FEMA and MEMA is tricky. Basically, first of
Very
all,
tricky.
the rules are always set in the favor of the federal and the local government. Well, let's say state government. It's basically a kind of a reimbursement scenario. So even if there's a hurricane or a blizzard or anything else, there's a minimum threshold of expenses that you need to have as a town or as a division. Then on top of that, you have to spend your money first, and then you submit about 2-3 inches of paperwork, and maybe you get some money back.
Oh, God.
It's very difficult.
So basically, PR ways, it sounds wonderful. In practicality, for a manager like what I do, it's not very helpful,
I understand.
because you need the money now, and you need the money to pay the guys that cut the trees down and everything. So you're always, as an accountant, as an accounting person, you have to pay for it first and then hope you get some money back. And most of the time that takes 2-3 years to get your money back.
A small amount.
Yeah, it's
very small amount.
It's not great. It's not great.
Yeah, you answered my question. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hans, I had a question under the professional services. It says Veolia and the O&M contract. Does Veolia pay for the training of the water department workers, their training and their certification? Because I know we have a lot of new people, and I was wondering where that came from, where that is that under that amount to Veolia,
Yeah, the short answer is yes.
Okay.
Veolia is actually, what a worldwide organization. They actually are doing a pretty good job with safety training. They support the classes for the guys and the
Okay.
gals. They support, they give them, if they get licenses, they get more money. So it's a good thing. They're doing a good job.
So that's where that is. That's all the
Yes.
training costs and the certifications are
It's
through
it's
Veolia.
everything. Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, great. Hans, thank you for all that. Very good.
Sure.
Good questions and good answers. All right, if anyone else, no more questions, we'll move on to the next one, which is the water quality report follow-up. Do you want to touch on this, Hans?
Sure. I basically just want to wrap it up and say that each of you have in your package the final brochure. This brochure is also put into the library, the town hall, school administration building, DPW. Yes, that's it. And we basically we're required to send it to all our customers by mail before July 1st. That was accomplished. We certified it and mailed copies to Mass DEP, that's our regulator. And it's posted on the website. So I think we are good to go.
Great.
And then
Looks good.
the next water quality report, we're going to do a little bit earlier, probably get it in front of you in April, the latest. Okay.
Great. Fantastic. Any questions from the board on that? Not hearing any. All right, we'll move on. So state of water supply conservation. We have good news, Hans.
Yes, the good news is that the state of Massachusetts dropped the drought declaration for the Cape from level 2 to level 1, which means all the rain we've gotten actually is starting to pay off. What that means is that I would request the board to vote for this, the easement of restrictions, which is the State of Water Supply Conservation document dated July 22nd. The good thing there is that we now can allow irrigation systems, but only one day a week. People can fill their pools again. They can wash their cars and their driveways. So it's a good thing. And then if the board wants to vote for that, then tomorrow I can make sure it goes to the regulators, Mass DEP, and we post it via the website. And it's a good thing that we can loosen the restrictions a little bit. Any questions on it?
No.
No. I mean, I would support reducing the watering restrictions to those of a level 1. If other people.
Second.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So I'll make that officially a motion. I motion that we change the state of water supply conservation to those that match a level 1 drought.
Second.
Is that said right, Hans?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for the second, Carlos. All right. Roll call vote. We'll start. Carlos,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Louise,
Yes.
and I vote yes as well. Does anyone have any questions on that by any chance?
Nope.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, I think people like that they can officially water their lawns more.
Right.
Oh dear.
All right. Next up, DPW PFAS meeting and PFAS in the Hyannis water supply challenges and solutions follow-up. Hans, do you want to touch on this?
Yeah, I can. I was at the meeting. we basically had a good presentation from the town representative, Jim Bagley, about PFAS, what the Hyannis water system is doing, and, where we're at with that. The county had a good presentation. The airport had one. We had some very interesting prying questions, which was a good thing from the Hyannis working group. Overall, I think there was a lot of clarity and it worked out good. You know, it's never good to have contamination of your groundwater, but at least the clarity and the openness of what the issues were and how it was addressed was pretty good. The most interesting part is actually that the county site, which is capped, they're now installing a activated carbon kind of a wall inside the ground to basically catch the PFAS and kind of get it out of the groundwater while it's flowing through towards the Mary Dunn wells. Now it's going to be interesting to see, how long this is going to take. We're still going to need activated carbon on our wells. But what we do is we test every month, even the raw water that gets pulled out of the ground. So, probably in about 10, 20 years, we'll see the levels go down because of it. It just takes a long time.
Hans, they taped that presentation, didn't they? That was
Yes.
recorded.
Yes.
So
yes.
I believe is that if anybody wants to watch it, it would be on the website, the town website. Wouldn't it be? Is it? I
Yes, it
haven't
is.
looked. I haven't.
To the best of my knowledge, it is, or it might be on the Barnstable Water Resources website.
Okay.
So it is available.
Yeah.
Hans, would we be allowed to would we be allowed to link that on our website? Is that something we could do?
I don't know. I can ask.
Yeah.
See if they can take care of that.
Yeah. I just think it'd be a good way to help spread the word of that.
Mhm.
that meeting.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of good information on that and explaining what they're doing and what they've done.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the other interesting thing is that on the airport side, they are now sampling and testing in Yarmouth, so on the downstream side of the Maha wells. That was always a concern, especially people in Yarmouth that are concerned about their drinking water and their groundwater. And the other thing, they're starting to look into maybe doing a activated carbon wall at some of their contaminated sites too.
Good.
Yeah.
But they're still looking at it. They're not doing it yet. The county is actually doing it.
Good. I'm glad the county's on top of it.
Yeah.
Any other questions on this?
Nope.
All right, moving on. Hyannisport Community Water Supply Information Session. So this is something I kind of spearheaded. So on Tuesday, August 5th at 5 o'clock at Union Chapel, which is 15 Wachusett Ave in Hyannisport, right up the street from the post office. If you know the neighborhood, Louise, Hans, and I think someone from DPW leadership will be there as well. We're going to do about a 1 hour presentation session on the water system. The idea is about 30 minutes to talk about the big picture. What is it? What do we cover? What do we do to extract water, deliver it, clean it up? A lot of it's going to be on that. And then a little bit the budget side, and then also give some time for people to ask questions. This is the first of what will hopefully be a few of these as we go through different parts and target specific neighborhoods and communities to say, we want to come to you and be proactive to tell you about your water system. And then you ask us the questions. Anything with the water system, we're going to be there to answer it. So
What day is that, Sam? What day?
it's going to be the 5th of
Tuesday.
August.
Oh, August 5th. Okay.
August 5th.
Yeah, it's
It's a
Tuesday
Tuesday.
evening.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
you know, hopefully this will work. Hopefully we have some people show up. It's gonna be pretty low tech. We're not gonna have like computer screens and stuff. But some poster boards up with some maps, and just lots of information.
Will you bring this with you? Bring this with
We'll
you?
have plenty of copies of these with us.
Great.
So I think it'll be really fun. I think it's going to be a good chance to
Yeah.
get out to the community. Do you want to add anything, Louise, Hans?
No, I hope a lot of people show up, and I hope this is the first of many.
Yeah,
So,
great.
I know this is kind of expensive to print this kind of,
Yeah,
but is any other language on this? Portuguese, Spanish?
that's a great question. Hans stepped away for a second.
says down here, I can't read it, but on the first page,
Yeah, it's in
What did-
Portuguese.
yeah, and what is that saying?
So
Right.
this information is about water quality and things like that, and the reduced. They're talking about the quality of the water, but I think it's
Oh.
more important thing to talk about. Yeah, even if you have to print this, put in a website in the other language, that'll be helpful, and we
Yeah.
can find someone to translate for you for
Yeah.
us.
I think that's a great idea. I mean, this is something, as this form is required by DEP.
Right.
But I think if we can take that a step above and provide it in languages to the communities that we are serving,
Right.
Portuguese, possibly
Yeah.
Spanish as well.
And I understand it's expensive to print this stuff, but if you put on the website in different language, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Hans, did you catch the
And-
beginning of that?
Yeah, and that is fine. We can definitely do that, and it's not that expensive to print these things.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry about that part. And our customers do pay their water bill. At least what we can do is provide
Excuse me.
the information. So
Good, then. Hans, can I set up a time with you to talk about have a translators, that way you wanted to and things like that?
that is no problem at all. Actually, you'll be able to talk Portuguese with one of our administrative people in the front, Viola. Her name is Fernanda.
Oh,
She
good. So
she is Fernanda Milani. She is originally from Brazil.
maybe Fernanda can translate for you guys.
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Good, then. That's great.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Great. It's a great idea, Carlos. I definitely think we should be doing this.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Any other questions on the water quality on the community session?
Nope.
Okay. Matters not reasonably anticipated by the chair. I do want to quickly touch on a letter. Mark Ells, if you'll see it here, sent a letter on behalf of the town to Robbie Goldstein, who is the Department of Public Health. I think this was somewhat at the bequest and in initiation of one of the council members to see if we can get some additional funding from the state for basically for continued studies of of what's going on, people with PFAS, education, and maybe some medical expense eligibility. There were some discussions about the funding and with the 3M money that came in these PFAS settlements. Where could that money go to? That money is really based on the money that the water system's already spent to treat. So this is now looking for another funding source to do continued studies and community engagement about public health side of it. So I think
Right.
it's an absolutely great letter that the manager sent, and hopefully we can get some traction to get some additional funding for the public health side of it.
Right.
Do you want to add anything, Louise? Anyone else?
Nope. Nope. The request is good, and it's for the follow-up of all these findings that we all have. You have, I have, Carlos has, about the PFAS exposure over the years, from years ago. So it's public health.
Yep.
So,
That's right.
It's a good letter. It's a good letter.
Yeah.
And I hope the state
Yeah.
um, responds to it favorably.
I hope so too.
So,
Sam, can I ask you a question regarding
Yes.
your appearance into another group? As you know, I was chair of the Barnstable Democratic Town Committee,
Yeah.
and I left this year. But is it possible for you to come to a meeting someday and talk to the group?
We'd definitely be up to do that. You know, we're
Okay,
doing,
I'll talk to Joe and send you an email asking you to appear to explain a little bit about, well, not a lot of time, less than an hour. So,
yeah, we could do that. We could even do a special session if you want to do that instead. In addition, you know, I'm doing this. This is our kind of guinea pig session, and on
Mhm.
August 5th, I'm going with the people that I kind of know, and um,
Right.
this is the idea with that whole thing is we can definitely come and speak to other groups like that. You know, Greater
I think
Hyannis
I think
City.
it's so important for you to visit groups like that because you're going to spread the word that what Hunt's doing, especially, unbelievable job. I pay my bill. I'm very happy that just started over around Hunt's.
Hans is the special piece of the whole thing. He's the one who keeps
No,
this.
not without all the Veolia guys and everybody, including Marsha and all the DPW engineers, there's nothing, This organization is pretty wide and pretty deep, and you guys doing an important part too. It's not a one-person job here, that's for sure.
I understand that. Yeah, you're right. Congratulations to all of you. So,
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Before we ask for adjournment, Rebecca, I see you're here. Do you have any questions for us as the member of the public here?
Not at this time. You guys provided some great information. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you working on an article about the water system, about PFAS?
Yes, I'll be working on a few cut-in scripts for our station.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Is there anyone else from anybody else have something? Oh, Hans?
Yeah, I wanted to share with you guys. Remember early July, we had a huge water main break, and we had quite difficulty finding the cause of it, and it ended up being a water main break at the Fire Training Academy. And the irony is, of course, right there. And I just wanted to share with you, this is the chunk of pipe that
oh my God.
actually got broken off. The interesting part is that the water, the break was not all of a sudden. It's been quite a long time before this break started. And actually, you can kind of see right here, there's a rounded off piece. This is where a must have been a little weep hole, and it's all ground off. The inside used to be, and even the outside used to be all shiny metal, and it's all rounded off because what's happening is water basically can get through metal. Just,
Wow.
just the pressure and it takes pressure and a long time. And, we have high water pressure here in Hyannis, and it's amazing to see how it actually wears out and wears away steel. Um, it's quite a quite a sight. But this is why we have to do the pipe replacement. And as you remember, this is cast iron, so this is this is basically the hard stuff. Remember when Kevin from Veolia talked about the AC pipe that broke? That is actually much more brittle, and that is one of the many reasons why we have to continue the pipe replacement program. Cut that material will actually just blow apart. The whole chunks of it will come off.
Wow.
So this is actually better, and it's still not good enough. So I
Wow.
just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you very much for sharing that. Yeah, if anyone goes by the office, make sure you check that thing out. It's impressive.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
you should have it out front, Hans.
I asked Hans, it's going to be hopefully at the information session. So we're going to bring it around as part of our showcase.
There you go.
Totally.
Show that. That'd be a good one.
Yes.
All
That's
right.
all I have, Sam.
Well, thank you so much, Hans. I think we've got everything. I know you need to go, Louise. So is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Thank you, Carlos. I'll second that. All right, we gotta do a quick roll call vote. Carlos,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Louise, Stump.
Yes.
Thank you. All in favor? Thank you guys very, very
Aye.
much. We'll see you next month.